Let's check. So Junit framework we have to discuss. So till now we have written using main method. All our test scripts we have written using main method. But now onwards, you're not going to use any more main method. So now we are entering into the framework mode. Even in the framework also, you won't use the main method. Completely a framework you will use. So what is mean by a framework? So basically a framework is nothing but an architecture, the folder structure. You will follow some rules and instructions and you organize the code in the folder structure manner. And that's the framework. And framework will give you a lot of advantages like reusability of the code. And you can reuse already existing framework features and reports you will get, logs you will get, screenshots you will get. So these are all extra features you can use it. So that's the advantage of any framework. But Selenium has some built-in frameworks. If you're using Selenium, the code is already there in the Selenium. So the Junit and TestNG are the frameworks which is inbuilt in the Selenium code. Those are inbuilt in the Selenium code. And those, so they are going to, so you can use all those features that are framework features in your code. So whenever you want it. Okay. So what is the Junit? Let's discuss about first Junit framework. So Junit is a Java unit testing framework, mainly used for unit testing purpose. Unit test cases or your automation test case also you can write with a Junit framework. And so the latest version of Junit is Junit 5. And so in this, you need to understand few concepts. What is annotation and what are the different annotation names in Junit? You should understand them. So we have around 5-6 annotations. You need to understand them very well. If you understand these Junit annotations and TestNG, it is easy because same annotations will come there also. Okay. So I'll show you both Junit 4 and Junit 5. Only names are different, but functionality is the same. First, understand what is annotation. So annotation means it's a metadata going to provide to your classes and methods. A metadata is nothing but a data about data, what data you required for your methods and classes. That data is provided by this annotation. So like we have many annotations. Every annotation starts with the @ symbol, followed by a name. So annotation means the meaning is first @ symbol, then followed by a name. That's annotation means anything. So not only in Junit, anywhere annotation means first it starts with an @ symbol, then followed by name, annotation name. So here, if you observe here, you can see Junit 4 and Junit 5. So you have a lot of annotations. @ before class, @ before all. So @ before class is in Junit 4. Same is renamed in Junit 5, @ before all. So @ before in Junit 4, and that is renamed in the Junit 5 as a @ before each. @test, @test. @after, @after each. So @after class, @after all. @ignore, @disabled. @run with, @run with. @suit, @suit. So these are the annotation, but widely you can use these things only. At the rate before all, at the rate before each, at the rate test, at the rate after each, at the rate after all. So at the rate after all, before all, one pair. At the rate before each, at the rate after each, another pair. So at the rate test. So let's understand one by one all this. So at the rate before all or before class. First, this block of code will execute only one time. So before executing any test method, that is, so only preconditional steps for a test method should be written inside this block only. So basically what you will write here, any preconditional steps you will write at the rate before class, at the rate before all, at the rate before class, at the rate before all. And so then you can write your preconditional steps here. Write your preconditional steps here. So at the rate, so before all means before executing any test method, at the rate test method. First, this block of code will execute. Whatever you write here, that code will execute only one time. So only one time it will execute. Only one time it will execute. So only one time it will execute it. So then at the rate before. So at the rate before. At the rate before means or at the rate before each. This annotated method will execute before every test method. Before every test method, this annotated method will execute. So at the rate test. So at the rate test means it represents it's a test case. It represents it is a test case. So these are all preconditional configurations. So your test method before what you want to do, that you can put in these blocks here. So basically this one is one time. For example, a browser you will open only one time, right? That kind of code you can keep it in this block. Like your browser launching, implicit waits, maximization, all such kind of one-time related code you can keep inside this at the rate before all. Then at the rate before each. So at the rate before each will repeat every test case before each will execute. Then it will come to at the rate test method. So once test method is done, there is a after each. After each. So test every test method after each method will execute. So before each, test, after each. The cycle will rotate on these three only. So before each, test method one, then after each method. If there is one more test method, then first control will go to before each block, then it will come to second test. Then it will go to after each. So if you take this before each, after each, so this is the behavior of that. It will repeat. You don't need to write the code that is common for here and here. You keep that code which is common. Every test case before you want to execute something, you keep it here. First this will execute, then it will come to test method. Once the test is done, it will go to this after each block. So after each block, it will execute. So that is the, so how it will execute this before each, at the rate test, after each. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So that's how we can these annotations will execute. Finally, no more test methods. Then it will come to after class or after all. After all, finally will execute. No more test cases. No more @test methods. And then finally after all will execute. So first before all will execute.
Ramesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So how many tests we can give? How many methods we can give?
It's up to you. You how many test cases you want to write, you can write.
Okay. So before class and after that we have to give the test, right?
So @test is only mandatory here. Remaining all are optional. If you want, you can take it.
Okay. Okay. Got it, Ramesh.
So if you give 10 test cases, it will after each and before each it will run 10 times.
Yes.
After each.
Before
test.
each, after each. Before each, after each. If you have 10 test methods.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sir.
Okay. So that's the how it will execute any annotations. All annotation based. Annotation, then below Java method. But before class, before all, after all are static methods. Before each, after each, @test are non-static methods. So now here, if you want to use a driver variable in all the methods, what you need to do? So you have both static and non-static methods.
What is the question, sir?
So there are no static and non-static methods in this Junit. If you take all the annotations, before all, after all are static methods. Okay.
Okay.
So before each @test,
After each.
after each are non-static methods.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So which kind of variable you need to use if you want to use a driver in all the methods?
Global variable.
Which global variable?
In the same class only, right?
Yeah, same class only.
Can you repeat the question once?
So you have static methods and non-static methods. How can you use your driver variable? You have to use in all the methods. How can you use the driver variable in all the methods? Which variable you have to declare?
Global variables.
Which global variable, madam? That's what my question. Global variable means what are the global variables?
Var length.
Var length. What is var length? Where you can find var in
Not
Java?
var length.
Variable? Which variable? What are the variable types, madams?
Static variable, non-static, locals.
Then which variable you will use all the methods inside?
Locals.
God.
No,
Static variables.
Okay, fine. So This is where you are in the Java basics. I cannot repeat again and again, madam. Okay. So ignore. So what is meant by ignore? If you want to ignore any test case execution, just write @ignore on the top of the test method. That test case won't execute. Now, in the Junit 5, you have to use disabled, disabled you have to write. Then that test case will disable. This is the order of execution. If you take all the annotation, this is the order of execution. So first one is @before class, then or @before all, then before each test method, first test method after each. Again, one more test method is there. Again, cursor automatically will go to @before each block. Then second test method. Then after each block. Then after all block. So this is the how the code will execute. This is the interview question also, how which order the code will execute for you. So, and features of Junit is an open source framework. So it is used for writing and running the test cases, provides annotation to identify the test methods, provides assertions for testing expected results, provides test runners for running tests. Junit tests allow you to write code faster, which increasing quality. Junit is very simple to write and less complex because just writing annotations inside code only. You don't need to worry about that. And also, Junit tests can be organized into test suites. And test suites means a collection of test cases, a collection of Junit classes. So that's the Junit, and also it provides a automatic runner, Junit runner it provides. And also you can group the test cases, even you can you can validate using assertions. There are assertions. So these assertions you should know. So assertions are available in org.junit.jupyter.api.assertions class. So these assertions class, so you have to import all these class inside. We have a static methods. So assert array equals compares the two arrays. Assert equals widely used one, compares actual and expected value. So assert not equals, so compares two values to validate they're not equal. Assert true, assert false. So assert null, assert not null, and but mostly we'll use assert equals, assert true, assert false. So these are the two things. So we can use mostly this one and this one you can use, but anyone, so not necessary how to use only. If you want to assert null, there should be a null, then use assert null. Assert not null, there should not be a null. The value should not be a null. So then you can put assert not null. So these are the very important assertions you're going to use widely. Okay. So let's go and write a simple program so that you will get a better idea, right? So that's programs. If you write, then it will be very helpful for us. Let's start writing code. Okay. So then we'll understand how to write code. Simple example we can take. Maybe you can take here. So I'll show you simple alerts code. I'll explain in the. So you have alerts here. You see, you open this URL and you come to here, JavaScript alerts. So if you go here and you can see, so click for JS alert. So this is the alert. So how can you handle this alert? If you get the alert. So I am this one. So you have to pick this message also. Click for JS. So I am a JS confirm. Click OK. So you clicked OK. Based on your input, click cancel. You click cancel. So click JS. So you type something. So click OK. So you entered Selenium. So again, click this. Click cancel. You entered null. So like this, you have to play around with this alerts, how to handle alerts. So first, let's understand the alerts, then we can go and write the code. So how can we handle alerts? And then small code we'll write it. And go to here, our blog archive. Here you have handling alerts. So you have, we covered this, how to take screenshots, how to scroll the pages, how to handle alerts. So here is the code, everything. So you switch to the alerts. How can you switch to the alerts? So alert reference variable equal to driver dot, switch to method dot alert method. I already covered this topic. So again, one more time, I'm repeating that. And so alt dot get text method, which fetches the text of alert and stores in this message variable. So alt dot get text method. So click on alert OK button. So this OK button, if you want to click. So if you want to get the message, get text method. If you want to click OK, you have to call accept method. Okay. So that's a accept method. So always click the OK button in the JS alerts. Any alert. Alerts are three types: simple alert, confirmation alerts, prompt alerts. So anywhere you want to click OK or yes, accept method you have to call. So if you want to cancel, you have to call dismiss method. That's it. So this is the simple alerts how to handle. Then prompts, again same alert interface, reference variable equal to driver dot, switch to method dot alert. So do you know what this line is doing? How many understood this line, what it is doing?
It's clicking on the alert and displaying that.
No, wrong, madam. Your understanding is completely wrong.
Switching to alert.
See, meaning, madam, very meaningful here. So I told you, just understand the words. See, first you are in this window, okay? First you are in this window. This is the browser. You clicked here. Now where you need to go? You have to go to this alert. Directly WebDriver won't go. You have to take the cursor to here, this window. Otherwise, you cannot do any action in this web page.
Yes, that's what I understood. That will come to this pop-up.
So this line will take only to this window cursor. That's it.
Yeah, that's what.
Move the cursor. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean to say. I don't know if I conveyed it correctly.
I think you said you clicked on that. So that's the wrong statement. So it will move the cursor to this window.
So
Okay.
we have to click on click for JS alert, then only this pop-up will come, right?
This is the element. This is the web element. Okay.
We are clicking on that web.
Oh, you're clicking. That's fine. That after click only the alert you are getting. Now you want to go to alert window. This is the alert window. How can you go to this alert window, your message, your cursor? That's taking the cursor to this alert dialog by this line. This line will take you the cursor to there, alert dialog. Now once this line after, now cursor is here, not in this page, in this window. Now your cursor is in this window now. Is this clear for everyone? Which line is that? Only this line will take the cursor to there. If you don't write this line, cursor won't go there. Cursor never go there. So then you switch to that. That's what switching to alert. Then once you switch and use this reference variable, get text. Or you want to type, send case method. If you want to click OK, accept method. If you want to click cancel, dismiss method. These are the methods you have to use. And confirmation also similar code. Okay. So we first switch. First you click some element to get the confirmation. then you switch with this line of code and then get the text. Then click on accept and dismiss. So that's the code, and let's go and see that how to do that. So I'll create a new package. So Junit package, Junit programs. So let's go and create. Everybody is having a Junit test cases automatically. You can see here, Junit test cases. You can create from here, Junit test cases, and so that test. So you take annotations, which annotations you want. Before class, after all, before each, after each. See here you have a Junit 3, 4, 5, the new Jupyter Junit. So these are the annotations automatically you will get here, because here if you don't want, you can uncheck them. If you want, check them. Okay. Whichever you want, you check them. Whichever you don't want, you can uncheck them. Okay. Then click on finish. So you need to add Junit 5 library to the project. If you add only Junit features, you can use. Otherwise, you cannot use. So add the Junit library. If you don't have, add it. See, automatically Junit 5 is added to your project. So now you can use all the Junit 5 features. See, these are all coming from Junit 5 library. So first step you need to do, declare private static WebDriver driver as a global variable. Same way, declare private static WebDriver weight so WebDriver weight and so weight. So import this WebDriver weight. Now you can, so write first driver variable you have to assign. So driver equal to new Chrome driver. That's the first step you have to do. See that? I'm using this variable and assigning the value to that. What is the value? New Chrome driver object. So next. So you can, so if you want, you can open the URL and you can do whatever you want. Okay. So I'm going to maximize the window. Okay. So driver dot
Manage dot window method dot maximize.
so add implicit weight. So
Driver dot manage method dot times out dot implicitly weight duration dot of seconds.
seconds or of milliseconds, it's up to you. Okay. Whichever you want, you take it. So weight equal to new
driver
weight.
driver
Oh, you see the tabs?
Duration.
second.
So that's the, so before all, okay. So that's all. I am not doing anything there. Okay, so but if you want, you can launch the URL also. You can launch the URL also. So in the same, because one time effort is enough, right, for us. Just launching the URL is enough. So we don't want any more. So I will launch the URL also. Open the
Open.
Driver dot URL.
get of URL. So that URL you just copy paste.
1 second.
Okay, so I'll validate to paste title or wait dot until expected condition dot.
Dot
So I'll use title contains.
title contains.
Huh? Perfect progressive. You will have been.
Okay, so this is the title you have to use.
You will. You have been jumping.
Can you mute? Who is that talking? Nikita? I
Oh,
think
sir,
talk-
sorry, my son is taught. Sorry, sir.
Neela, okay. Okay, so anyway, this is in 1 minute, it will finish this meeting. And let's go and click on the, even you can, so click on this. And click on the JavaScript alerts every time, okay. Maybe clicking on, say everything, I'll write, clicking everything here, I'll keep it. I'll open the, so go back, maybe click on every time. Click on, maybe I'll come home and I'll go back. Okay, so every test case. Click on JavaScript alerts, right? JavaScript alerts. So it's a link, okay? Just click on that. So click on JavaScript alerts, link. So driver dot
Find it.
by dot link text. Just give the link. Dot click.